Oh my God, my wicks won't light either.
That's weird. I had to move mine. All right, so I have a new sage here that I'm gonna light tonight. I have actually a new diffuser that I'm using. It's really pretty. It's all flowers and it's like glass. I don't know if you could see it there. Can you see that? Or not really? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
It's really pretty though. So that is my first time using it out here, and I'm actually going to really almost like seal the room because we're really connecting. This is an all for pretty much all of us at this point. So I'm super excited for this one. Usually I do a ritual. Look at this. This is brand new. I'm so excited. The light goes out. I feel like it's gonna light. I actually thought about lighting a fire here, like outside, to connect with this, but I don't know. It's kind of like really hot, so I don't. But I'm gonna raise the vibrations in here too. So if you have chimes or like totally up to you. Chris, is Tosa on still?
What? I can't hear you.
Is it Tosa coming on? You can't hear me?
No.
You can't hear me?
Kim's is like taking over the noise.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Oh.
I said, is it Tosa coming on?
She's might just join late. She is, but I
just didn't know if I should wait for her. Oh, there she is. Speaking of.
Hi.
Hey, girl. How you feeling over there? That was not a happy hello at all. So we're gonna send you some healing too over here. We want some happiness. Okay, so there is a lot of emotional energy going on, a lot, and it's because we're connecting with Cancer. So I'll talk about that a little bit too. So just know that all is well, no matter what we're experiencing right now. Okay, so I'm gonna walk around and smudge my space. We're gonna be connecting with a lot of guides tonight, so I just really want to have a clear channel as possible right now. And I set the intentions to send it to your space. Energy has no time and space, which we're actually going to really do through this meditation tonight as well. So let me raise the vibrations in the room. If my butt's out, it's because my shorts are really short. All right, let me just do my singing bowl. Okay. So I've been channeling very recently that moving forward with my meditations, I really want them specifically to call in other guides from different dimensions. So not necessarily just going on journeys as much. I'm going to mute you guys. But also connecting with those beings that are guiding us and keeping us protected. So this meditation is definitely calling in that energy right now. So that'll kind of start us on that path. So, and I've realized for myself that I really want to span out the meditations a little more spontaneously rather than having them consistent, because I feel like for me, it's keeping me back from flowing a little bit. So I'm allowing this energy to flow in and moving forward, see how I want things to take place for sure. But tonight's a big night because we have a solar eclipse. Hold on, Kate, I'm putting you on mute, and Brittany, if that's you, I don't know, it's not saying anything. Hopefully she can hear us because it just says iPhone. But if not, I'm recording, so it's fine. So yeah, so I just wanted to say that spiel beforehand because we're really going to be connecting with all of our guides. And I'm so excited for that because it's really going to show us that there is no time and space and how strongly we can connect with them, and really using our mind's eye. Okay, so this past month, I want to say at least past couple weeks since Cancer. So we moved into Cancer. We're in Cancer right now. When did we move into Cancer? I can't even think of the date. Brittany might know that, but I'm not sure. Summer solstice, right. Okay, so we moved into Cancer on not this past Friday, but the Friday before during summer solstice, which actually we've been releasing the past 3 weeks. So since we moved into Cancer. So if you guys are feeling emotional roller coaster, I spoke about this last time, that is because we're releasing before the new moon, and because there's a portal open today, it's stronger. We're in the most sensitive time of the year right now. So anything that needs to be released, let go. We're going to experience things that are triggering us, that are causing grief, are causing emotion, are causing really extreme joy. I mean, it's up and down as far as it can go. So just trusting in this process right now and knowing that this is just temporary and there's going to be clarity and the confusion without getting anxiety around it. Allow yourself to just be. I don't know who I'm hearing. I think I'm putting you on mute. And just breathing through it. Now is a great time to be in stillness. Now is a great time to use meditation, connect with the earth and nature. Stillness is so strong right now to use it that we really need to connect with it. I don't know why my phone is going off. I think it's because let me just close my Facebook and my iMessages so no one interrupts me. Okay, so we now so we have a total solar eclipse and the moon is in Cancer. So not only is the sun in Cancer, the moon is also in Cancer. So this is the most sensitive energy, the most emotional. We're connecting with the nurturing mother of earth right now. So now is the time to really nurture ourselves. We're doing a whole reset today to really allow ourselves to just readjust, regroup, and come back to ourselves. Because before Gemini is all that creative outward energy and chaoticness of just always being busy. There's a lot going on through June. There's a lot of graduations. There's a lot of just a lot of get-togethers. It's the beginning of summer. There's a lot going on. So now the universe is asking us to come back in here and realign ourselves. So eclipses open up portals. So it's asking us to step through this portal and make huge changes in our lives, to really move into that next evolution, take that leap of being your new self, your next level. You're ready for it right now. So it's giving us that opportunity. It's also allowing us to connect with the new moon, which is new beginnings, fresh ideas, freshness, allowing us to move forward in that fresh energy. But then also we're connecting with the north nodes and the south nodes. So the north nodes tell us where our society is going, okay? So our north node is in Cancer, which means that we're learning how to connect more with our intuition as a society. We're also learning how to put self-care first as a society. And our south node is telling us where we're needing to let go as a society, and especially the lower vibrations. And our south node's in Capricorn right now. So releasing that workaholic in you, releasing those masculine energies. So basically it's telling us we've mastered these already and it's time to let it go and start to focus on intuition, and nurturing our environment and our society and really bringing love to it. So this is awesome for us as a collective because we're going to be moving more into this as we evolve. So you could see that even though there's a lot of chaos going around us and there's a lot of illuminating, not allowing us to give into that fear and really know that we're protected. We have guides all around us, and we are basically star seeds that are on this path ahead of the collective that is allowing us to set the pathway. That's basically what we're doing. And trusting and connecting with our guides as we move. So we're moving from 3D. We left 3D that we still have a lot of people living in 3D right now. And we're sending into 4D, which is essentially sending us into 5D as we move through this. So connecting with that and releasing those masculine energies of needing to work all the time, needing to do, to receive. Embracing a much softer approach to life, and instead of forcing your way through the logic, connecting with your intuition. So that's really what this eclipse is connecting with right now. And then we have another eclipse at the end of the month. So this is eclipse season. Okay, so the other part of the new moon is, since we're in Cancer, is to really learn how to embrace this new way of living. So this is the evolution into your newer self, to stop doing to get. To stop feeling like the only way to attract our dreams is to do. We're actually phasing that out completely. So Kate, I know that's like a big one for you, and I feel like you're probably doing a lot of releasing around that right now. That overwhelmingness of always needing to do. And the universe is asking you to be still now. And since you are a Pisces, you do have a very imaginative mind. So you can connect, you can actually do a very good job at this if you choose to, and allow yourself to let go of that doing a little bit. Because now it's practicing the art of like holding the vision that you want to happen in your life, and then trusting that it will appear. Just being, creating your life, allowing yourself to just envision that life that takes care of you instead of you doing to take care of your life. No, now it's time for you to take care of you. So now we also need to connect with self-care right now. Cancer is the nurturing mother, so nurturing ourselves. So all those ways. So meditation is one of them. Walking, working out, nutrition, travel, whatever you connect with, music, like really bringing that essence of where you feel at home right now. That is what we're connecting with. So all you have to do right now is gain clarity of where you want your mind, gain clarity in your mind of where you want your life to go. So now's a great time to journal. That's also creative and bring you back home. Where you want your life to go. What do you want to see, especially within this next month? You don't have to be so long-term all the time. Start small. Maybe that'll help you so you don't feel like that anxiety coming up of how am I going to get there? It doesn't matter. Just allow yourself to embrace what your vision holds and trust that you are being guided to that. And it's already starting. So initially it might seem a little harder to make that happen, but because we're naturally doers and want to try to make things happen, but really learning how to not always act and understanding there's a balance of acting and receiving. So we also need to allow ourselves to open up to receive, right? So that's a big part of what I teach here. Allow yourself to receive. You are worthy. You are deserving of it. Allow yourself to open up and know that things that come to you, anything that comes to you, whether it's help, whether it's, some sort of material item, whether it's love, whatever it is that's coming to you, allow yourself to receive that with gratitude, from a balanced place. So the universe is always working in our favor. So sometimes we need to we know when to act. So take that action when you need to, but then also allow yourself to relax into it and not always feel like you need to act to get where you want to go. That's not, it's time. Sometimes you need to pause and evaluate and rest and regroup like we're doing right now. But our intuition is really heightened right now. So we're able to connect better through meditation. What else was I going to say to that? Yeah, so don't get impatient. When you notice yourself getting impatient, that's the time to breathe through it and be like, okay, all is well. All is well right here. Bring yourself back to now. Back to now. And stop bringing yourself into those future timelines that aren't here necessarily yet. When you do that, you're not allowing yourself to be at present. So learn how to get yourself more relaxed and present in this moment. So this is the time, this energy is to integrate a version of yourself who seeks ease and magic through the use of your intuition. That's what you're seeking. We're not seeking to make things happen. We have 7 celestial bodies, 5 planets that are going to be in retrograde this month. That's a lot. And all that means is everything is coming back into here. So stop working outward. slow down. Mercury's about to go into retrograde, which is the action planet. So it's basically saying, hold on, we're not moving forward. We want you to come back here and really work through what's been already happening around you. This is really a time for self-care, the middle of the summer, taking those breaks. I don't know if that's why I'm so, like the beach. Think about connecting at the beach. Like summer is beach time. Like that is a place to really get all your elements in. Like you have water, air, earth, and you're really connecting with that. Now you can add some fire if you want, but basically what I'm saying is that's a magical place, the beach. It's because you got your water right there, which is like your emotions. That's the element that's in between earth and air. Like it's just such a fluid energy. So the fact that we're connecting with that is, awesome when you think about it. So using that intentionally when you go to the beach. So just allow yourself to really use this time to change your mindset and your subconscious patterns around your relationship with manifestation itself. You can manifest anything in life that you want. So don't doubt yourself. Don't doubt the universe. This is time to create the connection with the universe, to know that it's bringing it to you. All you do is got to be confident about what you want. That's it. Confidence around what you want. That's all it is. And then confidence in the fact that you will take action when it comes to you, not that you need to necessarily seek it. It will come to you. The opportunities come to you. Trust yourself that you'll know it'll feel right when it comes to you. Trust yourself when you go through these emotional patterns and these emotional times. Trust yourself around that. Trust it. There's nothing is not intentional, and there's a purpose to it. Your intuition can connect with that purpose, and you're being guided. It's not just you. There's a higher works here that's happening to us. So now's the time to flow and not force. Find where you need to flow a little bit. So also with the north and south nodes, you can also look up your personal north and south nodes and see where you're actually connecting. So for me, I'm actually a Pisces north node, which is awesome because it like is literally about the spiritual awakening. Like it makes sense as an Aquarius, age of Aquarius leader, and then also north node of really focusing on that spiritual awakening and that spiritual journey, that imaginative, creative mind. But also paying attention to your south node and the lower vibrations where you need to release. So like for me, my south node is Virgo. So like for me, sometimes I feel like I have to have all my ducks in a row rather than being spontaneous. I said this before, actually. And sometimes I feel like I do a lot for others, and I'm just like basically the worker for other people, and I don't receive appreciation. And when I connect with that, that's what I focus on. So that is something I need to release, and allow myself to be more in balance, where I do it because I want to do it, not necessarily because others need me to do it, or, I'm looking for appreciation. No, don't seek anything outside myself. Yeah, what's up?
I've been confused about how it like applies to, so my south node is in Cancer.
Okay.
And I know my north node is in Capricorn, and I know that like right now the universal north node is in Cancer. My moon is also in Cancer.
Okay.
So it's kind of like I'm a little bit, I don't know, I'm trying to find that balance of like what I'm supposed to be letting go of and what, yeah.
Okay, so I would say embrace the higher sides of Capricorn, which, Kristen, you might have a really good knowledge of Capricorn and its higher side. I know for Cancer, the lower side is actually like immaturity, especially like emotional immaturity. So really releasing. Okay?
Big baby.
Yeah, so Cancer is actually the most immature sign, and especially emotionally, which is okay. It's just because they're so emotional that they don't know where to find that balance of emotions and tend to, I think, take it over the top. So finding that balance there. You can also I actually found a good website that perfectly explains it. And I loved it for myself because I just looked it up beforehand because I don't always remember these things, like my personal, some things I know, like my moon, whatever, but North Node and South Node, I found a good website that talks about what you're connecting with this lifetime through your North Node and what you're releasing through your South Node. So I can send that. I'll send it to Kristen and then send it to you so you can get a better idea.
That'd be awesome. Thank you.
Cool. You're welcome. All right, girls. So we're going to start the meditation now. I am fucking dying balls over here. It is so hot and humid right now. It's ridiculous. Okay. I don't think there's anything else I want to speak to. If you have a crystal, I would like you to either hold it and or lay down with it on your third eye, whatever you choose to do. I'm using my amethyst, which I don't know what I did with it. I had it. It was a nice oh, it's over here. I'm using this, and I'll show you because it's really pretty. So this is what I'm using. I'm just gonna hold it. I'm gonna play a little bit of like tunes in the background, and I really want you guys to just embrace this. Allow yourself to feel into yourself, and do your best to just listen, but feel without trying to make anything happen, without trying to necessarily see anything, but just allow yourself to just feel into it. And like sometimes when we receive messages or signs or whatever, we don't necessarily get it during the meditation, but we do get it throughout. You know, we opened that portal, I should say. We opened that portal to allow ourselves to receive those messages. And we're basically saying we are opening to connect with you through this. All right, is there anything else we need to do? I don't think so. All right, so I'm going to start the music now. And I'm going to lower. And I'll let you guys get comfortable. Music good? Can you guys hear it? Okay, can you hear me? All right, awesome. All right, so get comfortable. All right, relax and close your eyes. Relax your body. Take a deep breath through your nose and exhale deeply. Relax your jaw and continue the deep breathing in and out through your nose. Relax your mind and just let go. Now let your mind become aware of your feet. Visualize a red light flowing from the bottom of your feet and swirling around the top of your feet. Let your feet just fall where they naturally want to. And just let go. Now visualize that red light swirling up around your ankles and moving into your calves and shins. Let those muscles relax and just let go. Now let your mind become aware of your knees. Visualize that red light flowing over the top of your kneecaps and moving into the back of your knees. Now visualize that red light flowing up over your thighs and oozing into the back of your thighs. Let those muscles relax. Now visualize that red light flowing into your buttocks, your groin. Just let those muscles sink beneath you and just let go. Now visualize that red light swirling up around your hips, turning into an orange light, encasing your hip joints and your body in a warm orange light. Now visualize that orange light moving up around your torso and into your belly button. And let your mind become aware of your abdominal area. And visualize a ball of yellow light. And with each breath you take, visualize that ball of yellow light expand. Now visualize that yellow light moving up around your waist, moving into your chest, and visualize a green light flowing into your lungs. And with each breath you take, visualize your lungs being filled with a green light. Now let your mind become aware of your hands. With each breath you take, each finger is filled with a warm golden light. The palm of each hand is filled with a warm golden light. Visualize that light flowing up around your wrists and on up your forearms. Visualize that light swirling up around your elbows and moving into your upper arms and shoulders. Allow your shoulder blades to relax and sink down with ease. Now let your mind become aware of your back. Visualize a white light going up from your tailbone, moving into each vertebrae, and flying out the back of your neck. Now let your mind become aware of your neck and throat. Open your lips slightly and then close them. Allow your tongue to drop into a relaxed position. Swallow gently, and as you feel your throat open, visualize a blue light flowing down your throat and swirling around your neck. Now let your mind become aware of your head and face. Let your eyes relax. Let your ears relax. Allow that little tiny space between your eyebrows to relax. And visualize an indigo light swirling in that space between your eyebrows. And with each breath you take, visualize that indigo light expand. Now let your mind become aware of the top of your head. Visualize a purple light flowing over the top of your head and flowing over your entire body. Just let go. And allow your body to be completely relaxed. Now breathe and open. Connect to your energy bodies through the physical body, the body of bone and blood. Take witness of the breath. The breath flows inwards like the tide of an ocean and the seashore. And there's a pause before the pull of the universe pulls the breath back out. And there's a release back to the universe. And then again, There's a pause before the breath flows in. Just with your awareness, follow the cycle of breath. This universal cycle of breath as it flows in like a tide flowing up the seashore. Notice the pause and then flow back as the breath returns to the universe. And as you tune into this universal rhythm of breath, as long as there is life, there is breath. And breath is the bridge between the physical body and the world of spirit. Through inspiration, the breath, breathing in, as if you can breathe in pure light from the universe around you. For light is everywhere. The stars, the sun, the earth itself, all of nature holds light. You are light. Breathe in more of your essential essence into your body and invite your higher self to be with you. As if your higher self is a great descending board of light, descending down the inner channel now. And as it reaches above your head, it begins to expand like a sphere of light around you. Your higher dimensional self, and opens the inner channel between heaven and earth. I now call 4 great angelic beings around you. Raphael to the east, come. Healer, magician, come. Feel your connection to this great angelic force that's been on the earth plane for a long time now. Raphael of the east, holding the element of air and the dimension of mind. Allow this higher frequency force to approach you. Air, mind. As if a cool wind could blow through your mind, blowing away the cobwebs. I call to the south of Michael, the fire, guardian angel, protector angel. South, call to. Remember your connection to South of Fire, who holds the dimension of will. And in this fire, light codes from the sun, from source itself, around the ascension period, a direct communication to you. Allow this light code to flow down through you and into you, which may be symbols or images or just pulses of light. From the central sun, communicating to you about your path, about this phase of your ascension period. Opening up this communication from your higher self, of your soul's path. Feel your connection of Archangel Michael, and I call your connection of West to water and the aspect of emotion and dreams. Messages from the higher self and higher dimensions can come through the emotional body in the dream world. In the night and the day, the dream world is always speaking to you for those who have ears to listen. I call to the north, Archangel Uriel of Earth, who holds a dimension of physical structure, bones of the body, and all structures of the earth, from the mountains to the streams, to streams of crystals and gold. Allow those four angels to create a sphere of light around you. With your breath, allow more light to flow into your body. On the out breath, release. On the in breath, open. Allow, soften. Allow light. On the out breath, release. On the in breath, allow in more light. I call to the archangels from below of the crystal grid of the earth. I allow the crystal grid of silver white fire to rise up, remembering that fire, inviting the fire up from the earth, up into the room, up into your body. A grid of silver white fire, penetrating the body, enlivening the body, connecting you to the heart of the earth. Crystal grid white fire. Allow every cell of your body to drink this fire. This fire reminds you of other dimensions of the earth, hidden dimensions of the earth, inner earth, realms that most of us just touch in the dream state. The realm of myth and magic, the inner earth, where there are cities of light, of ascending, of 5D forces in the earth that also want to reach out to us to help us. And many of those cities of light have very strong connections to star seeds and other star systems. Many of us have had lifetimes of that inner dimension of earth. Allow this silver white fire, this crystal grid, to penetrate you and immerse you in this higher fire of light, opening you to the mythical realms of the inner earth. I call to the descending force of Central Sun, Archangel Metatron, Archangel of many dimensions, to open up that energy that begins to pour down through our sun, down around the planet, down around the atmosphere, down into this room. Remember your connection to this light. Central sun that begins to penetrate your body and all of your energy fields. The light of the central sun. In the body of fire. In the body, gold and white fire grid. And in this fire, light codes come from the sun. the source itself around the ascension period. A direct communication to you. Allow this light code to flow down through you and into you, which may be symbols or images or just pulses of light from the central sun, communicating to you about your path, about this phase of your ascension period, of your waking up on the 3D earth plane as it ascends to 5D, opening up to this communication from also your higher self, of your soul's path as you awaken of this dense plane of energy that is also waking up. For the star seeds are not from this dimension of earth. For the star seeds are not native to this dimension of earth. They come to help the awakening process ahead of the rest. Star seeds have origins elsewhere, other star systems, other dimensions of reality, other star systems where there is more light, where there is more unity consciousness, where there is more love frequency. Through the central sun now, communication from your star brothers and sisters from many different places, origins, from the system of Sirius, which is a very strong connection to this earth plane, Sirius, communicating down through the central sun to those of you with this star system, Sirius. Just open to the communication, whatever is there for you. Some have strong connections. Some have weak connections with Sirius. Syrians often speak in geometrical symbols and shapes. Imagery. Just open to this stream of communication. Open the channel to Sirius. Very strong connections to the Atlantean time frame on this earth and the Egyptian time frame of this earth. Sirius. Many of you have strong connections to the Orion star system, system of light and dark energy, a great polarity, but many ascended from that system have embraced the light and cleared the dark from their energy field. I call to the Christed beings of Orion. For those of you who have this connection, feel the communication now from the Christed beings of Orion. Feel the communication to you from the central sun. Transmission now down from the top of the head into the body. Transcended great fear and separation into love and unity consciousness. Orion. And this transmission can help clearing any patterns that you brought from Orion that have not been cleared of conflict, separation, fear, density, that was not resolved in that system. Feel the shift of the angelic forces around you. Shift the energy field now. For those of you who have programs and energy programs of density of Orion that need to be released from your energy field, release it now. On the out breath, imagine you can release those programs to the light and breathe in more life in the Christed beings of Orion, the ones that succeeded in overcoming density. Many of you have connections to the star system Lyra, the great found pioneer race of Lyra. They colonized many star systems and have great connections with this earth plane. Also, for those of you with this connection, feel the transmission now through the central sun from Lyra, reminding you of your origins of Lyra. And many of you have connections to the Pleiades, which of all the star systems has one of the strongest connections to this earth plane. Pleiadians have been here many times. Much of the DNA of the human race has been donated by the Pleiadians. If this is your connection, open to the transmission from the Pleiadians now. Pleiadian, energy of love. Many of you have connections to the star system Andromeda. They are very high frequency beings, very high density beings. Andromeda is assisting the earth plane now in this ascension period. If this is you, open the transmission of light through the central sun, down through all of your energy systems. Andromeda, the very pure energy from Andromeda. Many of you have connections with Arcturus. Arcturians are very interested in this ascension period, and their energy is very much with us at this moment to help us shift. For those of you with this connection, feel the transmission of light now. Higher dimensional starships in our solar system, and Stargate to Arcturus. Transmitting energy now. Assisting the planet as we shift from 3D to 5D. Other systems are also sending light to this planet and have their focus here. Connect with their transmission. Most of us have many different connections to many systems. Few primary and some less primary. As you breathe in light from these star systems, from the central sun and the crystal grid, and the angelic forces of light, imagine that you can send this fire, this light, this transmission down the timeline to the past, all your past selves stuck in the density of this 3D system, so that your future selves of your past can send a wake-up call and a beam of light of reassurance and love and compassion down through the past, down to you as a young adult, facing the world of density with all its confusion and challenges. Send light to you as a young adult, entering the world of work, family, responsibility, study. Send light of awakening and connection to the parts of you that was confused, unsure of what was happening, why you were here, what's going on. Send this transmission of light back down your past timeline. Connection to the star brothers and sisters, back to the past selves. Everything is okay. Everything will be okay. And send this energy back down the timeline, back to you as an adolescence, waking up to the energies of the body, the great confusion and challenges of adolescence, the ego identities of adolescence. Send this light back to you, whether you were rebellious, whether you were passive and pleasing, whether you were conforming or knew your true self. Send this light back to your adolescent self. Send this loving light back to you. Everything will be all right. Everything is all right. Embrace all of those parts of you. All of those parts of you are alive now in time and space. And send this transmission of love back to you as a child and all the child selves in you. The vulnerability in you growing up in this 3D world. Perhaps your parents didn't understand you. Your family didn't understand you. Send love back to all the parts of you of younger selves. Love and connection of your true selves, of your nature. Everything is all right and will be all right. Imagine embracing all of the parts of yourself and send this transmission of you to the womb in your mother. Your mother in this 3D plane, you incarnating in a body, in the body of your mother. Send the transmission of love to you in the womb. Imagine embracing the soul part of you in the womb, coming into this density with its limitation and restriction. Imagine embracing that part of you with light and love. And the message of everything is all right and will be all right. Embracing all of the parts of yourself that enter the vows, the forgetting and the separation, the forget of the soul light, the forget of the higher self, and all of the guides around and all the help around you. You are not alone. You are not unloved. And any energy you want to release on this timeline, imagine on the out breath that you can release it. Give permission to release these energies from these timelines in the past. And breathe in this higher light from the starlight brothers and sisters. Back down the timeline from young adult. Back down the timeline of adolescence. Back down the timeline of you as a child. Back down the timeline of you in the womb. And see a continuous stream of light from you now to you in the womb. All parts of you embraced with the message of everything is okay and everything will be okay as we shift into higher light. And feel the angelic force around you now. Feel this love around you as a young adult, holding you in light. Feel this love around you as an adolescent, struggling with the challenges of identity in this 3D world. Angelic light around you. All parts of you gathered in love and connected in love. No parts excluded, all parts embraced. Imagine this angelic light around the inner child, still alive in you. Embrace all of them. Invite all back in for the house of the self, embraced in love and light, all included. And feel the angelic force around you now, in the womb of your mother, held in love, as you're incarnating in this world. No part of you alone, no part of you excluded, or separate, or in fear. All held in the angelic force around you. Invite in all of your guides and helpers in the unseen world now. Some of the guides have been very useful navigating the 3D world. Some of them ready to leave you now. Some will bow and release you as they step back into the inner planes. Bow and release them and thank them for their help in this 3D world. Some of these guides are 4D guides, helping you navigate as we pass through the ascension of 4D. Feel these guides bow to you from the inner planes. Bow to these guides and thank them for their help as they continue to help you. I now call all guides in the 5th dimension, star brothers and sisters, come to stand with us in the inner planes and join us with new beings of light to join us in the next ascension period, held by all beings, many 5D beings, and all the angelic forces around you. Imagine you can turn to the future, the year ahead, the years ahead. Great challenge, but pass with flow, synchronicity, untouched by the great volatile energy on the earth plane. Surf the earth plane with higher love and opportunity. The future unfolding before you. See that path open with more light. See it held by angelic forces and guides from the 3D to 4D to 5D, guiding you through all of the challenges of the earth plane, showing you the higher way, closing the lower way, opening flow, closing suffering, showing you ease and grace. I call on these angelic forces to adjust the field now, adjusting this mission into the future. Everything is okay, and everything will be okay. Thanking now the guides of 3D, 4D, and 5D. Allow them now to step back into the light. Allow the angelic forces to step away and decrease the intensity of energy. Allow your higher self to adjust your energy field, to seal it as necessary. Pull it back closer to the physical body, increasing the intensity of light in the physical body, releasing the angelic forces with thanks, releasing the light transmissions of the star brother and sisters through the central sun, feeling your connection with them, always in the waking state and dream state, releasing the transmission from the central sun, releasing the transmission from the crystal grid of the earth, allowing the light to settle inside of you, embracing all of those past yous, seeing the future held in light. As long as you have this connection, all is well. All will be well. Remember to breathe in the body of bone and blood. Allow yourself to adjust. Close your column of light to whichever degree you wish. And with your breath, feel every cell of your body. Feeling all of your light coming back to the body. From every dimension, coming back. All of you is needed here with your breath. Allow yourself to come back. When you're ready, start to bring yourself back to conscious awareness. Wiggle your toes. Wiggle your fingers. Stretch if you want to, while slowly bringing yourself back to the room around you. Stretch if you want to, and only open your eyes when you are ready. And allow yourself to be relaxed, but bring yourself back down to this dimensional realm now. Oops. I'm hoping you didn't all fall asleep, but I know it's a possibility because that was really long. I'm like, that was the longest pride meditation I've ever guided. Was that awesome?
Yeah.
Cool. I'm so happy. I feel like this was a leap into an ascension tonight. So I really want to hear what you guys experienced, but I kind of want to talk about my experience for a moment because as I was speaking, the chills that moved through my body was like, holy shit, we are here, like the angelic beings. And then right when I called in our star brothers and sisters, before I started talking about Sirius and all the star systems, my dog started freaking out as if there was energy around coming into our space, freaking out. And then they stopped. It was nuts. And then I heard like a really weird noise and it like literally lifted my body. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was like validation. I have no idea. But it sounded almost like an animal, but not an animal. So I'm just allowing myself to just trust. And I was like, I'm safe. It was nuts. And seeing a lot of orbs moving in front of me. Like fast, just orbs. And I'm like, okay. And I'm learning to accept this now a lot and embrace it more. So it's not really as like that curiosity of the unknown. It's more of just a validation for me now. So you girls want to share how that was? It looks like I can't see anybody else but Kristen and Tosa. So I don't know if anybody else is sleeping or what the hell just happened.
Hi.
Hi.
Yo. Can you name, do me a favor. Can you name the star systems that you called out?
Yes. Sirius,
Mm-hmm.
Atlantean, Egyptian. So Sirius is connected with Atlantean and Egyptian. Lyra, Andromeda. Hold on, let me go back so I can remember.
Spell Lyra.
Lyra was one of them. Do you want me to read Lyra? Hold on.
No, just how do you spell it?
I think it's Lyra. I can send you them too. Oh, Orion was another one. And I could send you them because it's interesting because, Pleiades. Pleiades I connect very strong with. It's interesting because I've been very drawn to this research of the star systems. I knew I had to bring it.
Can I tell you? So, okay, this is a journal from June 5th, 2014.
Okay.
And it's
Oh, wow.
and this is the one that I think I was always confused about, but I think that was supposed to be.
Lahanta. Okay. I'm not sure, but I didn't call in Lemuria or I just called in specific there's more, so they're not the only ones,
Yeah, no, definitely.
But I was just calling in the stronger ones. And I was calling in the archangels, they were like, psh, that was nuts. I'm sitting here holy shit, hi Raphael. That's literally how I was feeling. Hey, what's up? Thanks for coming here. And I call upon Archangel Michael a lot, so that was more of a comfort, I think. Anything else? Did you see anything? Was there any communication? Were you able to see yourself through the womb? Any of that stuff?
Yo, that was awesome.
Okay, cool. That's really important.
I think that was a lot of healing.
I really enjoyed all of the color concentrations as we were moving through the chakra system.
Yeah. Awesome.
And then I had the easiest thing for me to envision was the grid of light.
Okay, cool.
And that was really, yeah.
Were you able to feel it too? Did you feel it moving through your body at all?
Yeah. I mean, for me, it takes a little bit more imagination, a little bit more letting go.
Yeah.
Or sign problems.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's all good. and it's funny because I'm an air sign, so like I've really got this down, and it's like I try to like speak to you guys, especially so like Capricorn. I said this to Kristen, is like the last sign that's ascending. So like how I feel might not necessarily be how a Capricorn feels quite yet. So it's just interesting. So I could like speak to it and be like, this is amazing. But I don't know if you're feeling the same amazingness, or it might be in your own way. So yeah.
It's more in a, like a grounded way. Like
Yeah.
It's very like analytic, and almost like, it's funny that you say that because it's even just like not passive, but almost like I'm watching other people experience it, and I know like how it influences them.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, just what's really funny is the fact that like I'm just gonna call it that. The fact that like Atosa and I are together on this is pretty interesting, and I think pretty
Something that I'm finding really interesting, Jacqueline, and like I don't know if anybody else, I don't know, I would understand this, but the fact is like, so Kristen and I both have near similar South Node placements, right? And here we are in the midst of Cancer season. She, myself, and our best friend who's getting married all have Cancer moon sign placements. And like we're in this, I feel like it's this really karmic phase for the three of us where we're sort of closing out like a big chapter in terms of our relationships to each other. And like, you know, Sam's getting married, and like, yeah, and the fact that I'm back in New York. I've been living in California for the last like 3 years. And it's this bizarre just time where we're all like meeting and kind of closing things out. And it's the eclipse, and it's the new moon in Cancer. It's just the synchronicity is pretty crazy for me right now.
Right now too, as you're speaking that, I can totally see how that's happening. It's like almost like your energies specifically created this time for each other to intertwine with each other. Right?
Yep. And I think what was cool in the meditation was just even like giving light to the young adult, the adolescent, to the child, and just like, especially like for, I think what's interesting is like what this season represents right now in the next 3 days are kind of like that young adult time period. And it's kind of like, okay, how can we send like healing through that and then reemerge, like coming out of this next phase. So freaking cool.
I love it. Because we tend to, I feel like we don't send enough to that whole entire timeline we've experienced. So now we actually set the intention to send it through all of it, including our future, all of now, and all of what's alive. Not just linear timeline. We're done with that. It's all here right now. Bring it.
I think what's interesting is like, but that said, that is what kind of makes it hard to even like completely and maybe as deeply reflect on the meditation, because like it's not even so much reflecting on what just happened. It's just kind of like it's integrated and it is you. So it's kind of just the best way to reflect on the meditation is to just be what feels natural to me right now in this moment, you know?
Exactly. Yeah. Nothing you need to do. Just allow yourself to be feeling. And right now it's really connecting with that intuitive feeling. So releasing the logical mind and just really connecting with that feeling of what we just experienced.
Word.
Does anybody else have anything to say? Cam, I can see you now. You're alive. You're awake.
Yes, I'm alive. So, like right when your dog started barking, Laura woke up crying.
No.
Yeah. So I had to leave for a few minutes and go nurse her back to sleep. But I thought it was really weird, the whole timing of, like, it was the exact moment. It was so crazy.
That is weird. That's interesting.
Yeah. But I got to come back and do some of, like, the childhood stuff. And I had a hard time letting some of it go. And it was so weird because I was laying on the floor with my rose quartz on my third eye. And it was almost like I started getting a headache in my third eye when I was holding on to those negative feelings, like feeding too much into those negative feelings. And it was like, let it go, let it go, let it go. And as soon as I did, like that headache went away.
That's crazy.
And then at the very end, I don't know what it was, but I was laying with my palms up and I felt like this heaviness in my hand, like somebody put something in my hand, like a big stone or a brick or something. I have no idea. It was the weirdest feeling. I didn't even want to close my hand at the end.
I had a similar experience where I didn't, like, at some point, like, it felt like I didn't even have hands, where it was just like there was, something was going on.
Like you were just ethereal light? Like,
yeah.
Okay, yeah. And that's really interesting, as if you were given something. Which hand was it?
My left hand?
Okay, so that is the side of receiving. The
Oh.
left side is your side of receiving.
Interesting.
That is really interesting, yeah. We receive energy through the left and we give through the right. So kind of like the way it flows through our body is like.
Oh.
So that's really interesting. And did you have a sense of exactly what it was, or it was just kind of like it was a stone, but like you can't pinpoint it kind of thing?
Yeah, I couldn't pinpoint it at all, but the thought that came into my head was my grandpa had a worry stone that he picked up in the field one day, and it was his worry stone, and he'd kind of like rub it and stuff. And he gave it to my dad, and my dad's always given it to me in hard times, and then I give it back to him, and it's like a thing we do, and that was kind of what it reminded me of.
Oh, wow. That's interesting. And I almost feel like, so for me, that's like something to connect with you with that gives you more of a sense of reassurance. Like, whether it's,
Yeah.
but from your guides and beings, like, okay, this is a familiarity to you. So we're going to give you a sign through this stone and give you that sense of feeling that you get from that stone between your dad and your grandpa. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
absolutely. And I'm just getting like the craziest chills as I was saying that, like, yes, that's it, spot on. So I don't know, that's perfect.
That's amazing. I love it. I would definitely journal about that for sure.
Yes.
That's awesome. So my left hand was almost like twitching at one point, which I don't know what that is, but like it was like twitching a little bit, and I'm like, okay. But the chills itself was just insane through that whole thing. And I feel like by me speaking that out loud was very powerful. Like, reading it is one thing, but speaking it is just like, I literally just put that out there. Like, I'm just like, holy shit. And I don't know what was going on, but my husband was going through a screaming match with someone on the phone, and he's had a very emotional day, so I don't know what just happened, but it was like the energy I was connecting with, and then to have that energy right there was like just bringing even stronger energy. And not for this next, it was like almost like I was witnessing him doing a huge release that needed to happen. Like huge. Like this doesn't happen ever. I've never, ever, ever, ever seen him do that with anyone. So I'm about to go in there and be like, what the hell just happened? So, but I was sending light and healing. And like, so like tonight, Camden was experiencing some very heavy emotions. So there's a lot of releasing still happening tonight to create that space for new energy. I don't know if Kate's asleep over there. I don't see her. Britt, I don't know if you're asleep. I think Brittany.
Wait, can I please say something that's kind of wild that just happened?
Yes.
Okay, so I felt compelled to, this is wild. I felt compelled to Google Pleiadians and Liahanta, whatever that word is.
Yeah.
I literally only got some images in one singular Google search result.
Okay.
And it's like a channeling that someone else did. I wrote this down in my notebook on 6/5/14, and she wrote this out on 6/4/15.
That's weird.
And is all from 2014, where I wrote, which was when I wrote down this.
Yeah, that's weird.
Freaking great.
See, but so like I'm trying to think now. So like for me, it's like, okay, so numbers have very strong meanings. But now like I'm trying to think too, not to think so linearly with the years, like obviously there was something that was happening, an opening of some sort during 2014 that like created that, or you know what I mean? Like connecting with that energy throughout that year.
Yeah.
Must have been. Right.
Wait, Jack, did you channel that entire thing? Sorry, my eyes were closed. I wasn't looking.
No, I did not channel that entire thing. I did a lot of research before doing that one. That was not like my other ones. No.
Gotcha. No, this one, I feel like this one was like so crazy. Also, I don't know who any of those people are that Kristen knew.
She's like, what the fuck is this? Well, do you know any of the archangels?
Yeah, I know the archangels.
Okay. So
but the other people, I'm like, who are they?
Okay, so if you watch like Feel Good, he talks about Pleiades and Sirius a lot. Once you like start to get into the starseed systems, it really takes you into another level of opening in your mind, expansion, for sure.
Yeah, I want you to send me stuff tomorrow so I can look it up.
For sure.
Jacqueline, what were you just saying about numbers? That you don't want to express things in numbers?
I didn't say that.
You did?
She was saying that she doesn't want to get too attached to like the significance of numbers, but that numbers do have significance. So personally, and I think you were relating it to like 2014 and there potentially being like right, some like big leap in consciousness in 2014 or something.
No, sort of. So I was basically saying I don't want to connect with the years within timeline. So like not being a linear timeline. Okay, so like
wait, stop, hold on, you ready? This is what's the weird freaky thing is. However, we emphasize here that we do not generally describe energetic expressions numerically in a linear sequential fashion, as this is not correct at all. We are only referring to a specific frequency numerically to aid you in your categorizations and qualifications of these expressions.
How did that just come? Where did that come from?
From the thing I found.
That's so weird.
I'm telling you, this is awesome.
So weird.
That's really weird. That literally just like.
It's like a really esoteric rephrasing of what you just said.
Yeah, exactly.
Like somebody was reading it.
That's exactly what I meant.
Yeah, I was like, that's why I was like, wait, you were just saying.
Yeah. That's so weird. Okay, anyway, I'm telling you, this night, I think there's a huge portal opening up, so allow yourself to leap into it and without fear and continue to try connecting down here like we were. We're really moving into higher dimensions, as you can see. Synchronicity is going to be super strong right now. And really focus on self-care for sure. That's like the biggest way so you can move through unscathed. Okay, Kristen, you got goblins. Card 5.
What does that mean?
I don't know. We'll see. Fear is an illusion. Choose love today. Forgive yourself and others. Goblins are born when you're wounded and something essential is lost in the experience. From that point on, as you forget your wholeness, they remain with you in the shadows. There they remind you of what brought them into being by mimicking your own voice, tricking you into believing that you're unworthy, victimized, or unlovable. They hold you hostage through low self-worth, self-sabotage, and feeling that you are lacking what you need. If goblins pay you a visit, know that they represent the shadow of your own self or someone else's, and that they're leading you into a potentially reactive situation. A goblin card's appearance is an opportunity for growth, however, and a signal that you must love yourself. No human is without flaws. The goblin's message is that you must release resentments and negative self-talk. Within you is the spark of divine. Ask Spirit to help you heal. Miracles can and do happen. Let go of any negativity. Okay. Okay, got it. That's a good card. I mean, because we all just go, we all are still working through our shadow. So regardless, it's just making like that awareness, that when it does come up, pay attention. It's like, okay, we're releasing this stuff now. Even snapping helps release, by the way. So that might be why I just did that, because I never snap.
I hate snapping. Snapping's like a pet peeve of
Okay, that's weird. I'm like, come here, kind of snap. I don't know where that came from, but
that was an example. It's a little goblin. I'm like, whatever, fine.
Yeah. I don't know why I just did that. I never.
Mild trigger right there.
Yeah, right.
What's snapping?
Don't snap. It means something to me.
Never snap.
I feel like that aspect comes from your mom too, because your mom.
No, it's from my dad.
Oh, your dad does.
My dad when he used to be on the cell phone in the car and he wanted us to be quiet, he'd snap at us.
Oh. Okay, so that makes sense. That is like a sense of control in a sense, and by you, like, it makes you react to that because he basically is telling you to shut up.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, for me now.
Anyways.
I got wishing well.
Thank you.
48. Desire is the sacred impulse for life. Feel it, but let go of all attachment to ownership. Desire is the most important impulse for creating life. Now you're seeing the relationship between desire and inspiration and sensing that moment of truth when you feel the inception of new life. It is an aha moment when everything makes sense. Perhaps you recognize a soulmate or are conceiving a baby or an idea. Definitely not a baby. The wishing well card awakens you to the presence of unseen forces that enable new beginnings. That's connected totally to just right now. Presence of unseen forces that enable new beginnings. Totally about tonight. Divine intelligence activates the field of possibilities where new life is co-created in a magical way. Neither you nor anyone else can know how or why this happens. It just does. To that end, you can't control the process of growth. Rather, you must step aside to be a channel for higher forces and relinquish any attachment to how this new creation should appear or when. Form your intention and take action by dropping the coin in the wishing well. Then trust in spirit. Prepare to be amazed.
You literally said that before, how you're like, I don't want to do my meditation scheduled anymore.
Yeah.
I just want to go with the flow.
That's very true. And what I did say before about the energy of creating the vision and, creating that manifestation and what you want and then trusting it to appear. That's with everyone. We don't need to do anymore. And I know a lot of you like to do, so.
Whoa, okay, you ready? Further, this creation does not necessarily need to be made of things to do. This new creation here simply needs to be made of what you feel. I'm just listening to you, and this is literally like you guys are on a script here, so let's just.
That's really weird. That's exactly it. It's on feeling now, not what we're doing. So we really have to feel into our emotions. We can't avoid them anymore. If we do, we're just hurting ourselves and creating more suffering. Okay, so you've got Atosa, Gentle Gardener. That's a card.
What does that mean?
I'm going to tell you right now when I can find. I really want to just find out what happened with Thomas, too. I'm like so curious. It's like juicy. Anyway, okay, so be your own person. Be conscious. Be a conscious co-creator. The gentle gardener is visiting you at this moment in your life to remind you that your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs create the reality you experience. Truth, absolutely. She is the embodiment of the energy within you that is sent out into the field of co-creation and ensures that all you are is reflected in the world of form. Are you aware of your thoughts? What is their quality? Believe in limitless possibility and you will see miracles unfold. The gentle gardener guarantees the integrity of everything you send out into the world. Stay positive and expect a wondrous return. Your garden is abundant with beauty. It really starts within here, and then you see it out here. So really, now is a great time to start going in here and really thinking, in your heart what you're feeling and allow yourself to connect with that calm and peace, and then your mind, shifting your mindset in the ways that you're still not evolved quite yet. don't want to say lacking because I don't want you to focus on the lack, but like those areas where we have more to give for ourselves and allow ourselves to open ourselves up to receive in all of those loving areas.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Kate, I don't know if you're sleeping, but I haven't heard from you. Probably sleeping. She probably needs it. She's had a rough day, and yesterday was rough. Okay, Kim. You got strength. What a beautiful card. Isn't that a pretty card?
Mm-hmm.
Holding up the world over there. Your true strength comes from self-reliance alone. Oh, I'm sorry. Comes not from self-reliance alone. From a sincere faith in a higher power. The strength to accomplish even the most daunting task is yours at this time. You can connect with and channel the power of the universe. The strength card indicates that your ideas are being tested and refined, and your relationships are being deepened. No matter what happens, nothing can move you off the course of evolution. As the potency of your connections becomes more obvious, you're able to harness the creative energies that are available to you. Have courage and dive in, for magic is in the process of finding a form to take. When you remember that real strength comes from a combination of your efforts and reliance on a higher power working through you, all is possible. You can do anything now.
Ooh, that's really good to know.
That connects.
Especially, yeah, well, Rick's coming home on the 13th, and we're already trying to figure out like how to come back together and work together on things, and it's a little weird and testing and
you totally got this. Train for this. Allow yourself to trust in yourself around this, okay? And if you need anything, please come to me. If you need help with any form of communication in any way, just come to, like, you can come to me to like help you work through it. You know what I mean?
yeah, absolutely.
I'm here for that because I've had to do that too. Like it takes some time sometimes. So you got this. It'll be okay. It'll all be well. Grow closer together regardless, no matter what it looks like.
Well, I was just journaling a little bit on like that whole worry stone thing, and it just like clicked with me because I've been worrying so much about him coming home and reconnecting and everything that it was just almost like a sign, like, let it go. Everything will be fine. Just let it go. Have faith.
Remember the messages we were saying to ourselves? All is well and all will be well. That was our message for our whole entire timeline of ourselves. Future, past, now. All is well and all will be well. Continue to connect with that. That's a very strong affirmation. Like if you need that when like things like when I want to bring myself back to now, no matter what I'm experiencing, I'm like, all is well. I can move through this with ease. It's going to be fine. Most of the time we make more out of it than it needs to be.
Yeah, that's definitely what I'm doing.
Oh, good. I was feeling that way with the vaccinations last week. You have no idea. I was like, it was in my stomach. I was like, because my problem was I knew so much, and then my husband doesn't know that much. And I didn't know if he was going to receive what I had to say or judge me. And it was really hard for me, but thankfully, he received it very well, and now I feel so much better. Oh, it was like the worst ever because I was like, okay, so either I'm gonna knowingly poison my kids, I'm gonna be like, what the fuck is going on? I can't do this, or I'm gonna have to, figure out how to way to communicate with him so he understands that I'm not against him. I just, I've been doing
right, yeah.
My shit's in a row right now with that. But,
yeah, that's a hard place to be in for sure.
Oh my goodness, yeah. But then I came across that guy that I posted in the group. I feel like he is definitely a great doctor to ease out of vaccinating. He eases you out of it, and like because people are very headstrong about it, and like meaning like very logical. Like they're not like feeling into it around their feelings. They're just like, no, this makes sense. If there's diseases, you can vaccinate against them without like opening their mind, I guess. Whatever. I don't even want to get into that right now. Basically, that feeling of worry was horrible. I started crying at work. And this guy's telling me about how his son got brain cancer from the vaccines. I'm like, why? I'm like, why are you telling me this today? Why today? Why? This day when I'm like so stressed out about it. Like, obviously there's a reason that it's coming up right now. But whatever. All right, Britt, this is your card. You are whole and have everything you need within. When the bone collector appears, she asks you to look closely at your circumstances to see if you're fully present or reacting out of past conditioning and unconscious expectations.
Wow.
Wow, perfect.
Mhm.
So whenever we're wounded, especially when we're young, it's as if something essential is stolen from us. We adapt and accept a particular version of the truth that then sets us up to behave a certain way in the future when faced with a situation that reminds us of the original event. What we know about ourselves thus becomes influenced by perception of limitation. You may feel unworthy or without courage. You may see yourself as flawed or unlovable or expect to be criticized. No matter what your question, the bone collector reminds you that the truth is that you are a powerful being with the limitless possibilities. He has kept safe what was stolen from you in the wounding and is here for you as you to reclaim it now. You have everything you believe you lack, and the bone collector is your inner resource. Act as if you have what you need, and you'll find you have it after all. Anything is possible. With awareness, the wounds of the past need not define you.
Wow, that card's perfect. The bone collector strikes again.
Yeah, I know. I remember what you were talking to me about yesterday, and that hits perfectly yesterday. And then today you said you're emotional too, right?
Yep.
There you go. Perfect.
Yeah, I've been definitely really emotional recently.
Emotions are running high right now, really high in all ways. Some people can be like living really happy right now, or there's, like I never get anxiety or fear like that, and it came up in that way. Most of the time it's anger if that comes up, and I had a little bit of that, but not much. So just think back of these last 2 weeks and where it's come up, and I'm sure it's come up for everyone. There's no way. Because we're high vibrational beings, we connect with it, and it's okay. So trust in that being a releasing in all ways.
Totally. Thank you. I'm going to sleep.
All right, awesome. I'm going inside too.
All right, love you guys. Bye.
On tonight. And there goes my dogs. They're like, bye guys. Freaking dogs. All right, good night.